Good morning, I'm Dennis McIntyre, General Manager of Newnan Utilities, and thank you for joining us again for our journey through learning more about Newnan Utilities. We're standing here today at Bolton Springs, the original site for our water supply for the citizens of Newnan. It was almost 130 years ago that we started our journey in enhancing the quality of life for all the citizens of Newnan and Coweta County. From the original 100 customers that these steam-powered pumps served to going on 19,000 customers that we serve today, our number one goal is to produce the highest quality of water possible for the citizens of Newnan and for the homes and businesses that we serve. And with me today are two more of our outstanding employees, George Lee, control room and water plant manager, and Joel Moody, our treatment operations technician, whose jobs it is, among other things, to make sure that our water meets all the safest qualities approved by law. So, Joel, I'll start with you, and let's talk a little bit about your role. I know, among other things, you're responsible for making sure that our reservoirs are full and getting the water here and getting it into the plant. And we're standing at one of our 7 reservoirs on this piece of property. Describe to us how this water gets into our reservoirs.
It gets on the reservoirs from our raw water pump stations. And we have 3 of them: Lion Creek, White Oak, and Brown and Sandy. And we're capable, at times, we're permitted for 27 million gallons a day, as long as the water's there.
27 million gallons a day we're capable of pumping out from the creeks.
Yes, sir.
So of all of our reservoirs, how much water is stored?
With all our reservoirs, we've got 1.8 billion gallons of water stored when they full.
And if it stopped raining and we had to rely just solely on our reservoirs, how long could we provide water to our customers?
I would say anywhere from 5 to 6 months without any rain.
So I know we're standing at one of the highest elevations of the lakes, and our water plant sits at the lowest elevation of our system. Describe to us how the system works.
Well, the system works on gravity. Now, this reservoir right here is at 938 elevation. Now, the water plant, the reservoir number 1 is 858. And so that's almost a 70 feet difference. So it's gravity fed, and as it goes down, it feeds right on into the plant from one lake to the next.
So we have a lot of water stored, as you explained. Tell me some of the benefits of having that much water.
Well, the benefits is in case of a drought, or, and if we do get a lot of rain, then we get a lot of sediments in the lakes too, and the upper lakes. That gives it time to settle out before it even gets to the plant. So it's pretty clean when we use it.
So cleanliness is a big part of our being able to produce the quality of water we do. What measures do we take to make sure this watershed is protected best we can?
Well, one thing is we limited access to the public. And the next thing is we do keep the dams and the grass cut and maintained at all times. And we do periodically monthly inspections on the dams to make sure they're safe.
Thank you. And George, when Joel does his outstanding job, which he always does, and delivers the water into your plant, and it's your role and your staff's role to make sure the water that you produce is highest quality, as we've mentioned a couple of times. Describe to us what that process is in the plant.
Well, when the water enters from the reservoir system, it comes into the flock mixer, where we add 2 chemicals at that time, alum and chlorine dioxide. The alum is a settling agent that helps flock all the particulate matter that comes out of the raw water together so it'll settle out so we can treat the water better. And the chlorine dioxide serves as a disinfectant and also an oxidant to bring out iron and manganese so we can treat it as well.
Talk about the clear well. When the water finishes the process you just described, it goes to the clear well, and then it's pumped to town. Talk to us about that process.
Yes, sir. The water will go from that flash mix area into our basins where settling occurs and chlorine is added for more disinfection of the water. From there, it proceeds to the filters where any kind of sedimentation or particulate matter is taken out of the water as additional treatment. Then it travels over to our UV treatment where also fluoride and phosphate are added. The fluoride for the youth's health of their dental, and the phosphate to cause the particulate matter and anything that's in the distribution system not to be released so that it goes into your house.
And what is the capacity, production capacity of your water plant?
Currently, the production capacity at max is 14 million gallons, but right now we're running at about 7 to 7.5 million.
So we have plenty of capacity to meet the needs of our growing community.
Yes, sir. There are features in the future that we're planning for to increase capacity, which would be adding another basin and more filters and possibly some sort of a cleaning system for our basins.
So one of the trademarks of Newnan Utilities are our beautiful water tanks that we spent a lot of time having designed so they look as pretty as they are. Describe to us how those work and what the purpose.
Well, we have 3 in the city, and those 3 are Garland Street Tank, which holds approximately 1.5 million gallons, the Bullsboro Tank, which holds 1 million gallons, and then the Boone Drive Tank, which holds 750,000 gallons. What happens is our high service pumps pulls the water from our clear well, which is the last point of contact we have before going to the distribution system. Our high service pumps pump the water into those systems and then up to those tanks, whereas we keep it as high as we can and as much volume in the tanks for fire protection for the city of Newnan. And also, if we were to have any kind of a main break, we could stay ahead of that without having any issues with loss of water. Also, the height of those tanks is what applies directly to the pressure of our overall system.
I know occasionally we flush our system, open fire hydrants and let it, what are we doing when that happens?
Yes, sir. We are trying our best to remove any sedimentation or any particulate matter that might settle in those pipes over time. Construction accidents or anything can cause a release of the coating on the inside of the pipes, thereby causing stained water calls to increase, where we'd have to go out and flush in specific areas. Right now, we're currently doing an annual flushing, so at least once a year, they make it all the way around to every point in the city to our distribution system to allow that flushing to occur.
When the normal flow is interrupted, as you described, and occasionally we will have a call for stained water in a home, is there any concern for the safety in our water when that happens?
No, sir, there's not. However, we do always send someone out to take samples and test the water just to make absolutely sure that our customers are in good shape. And we'll also send, if there's an issue with sedimentation in an area where they've built a new subdivision or any kind of construction has gone on, we'll send back to have more flushing done to assist with that customer's needs.
Well, thank both of you so much for being here this morning and describing your roles. One of the things that I'm most proud of is the quality of our water, the robust capacity, and it's because of gentlemen like you that makes that happen, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And thank you again for watching our video and your interest in Newnan Utilities. And if you'd like more information, please go online and look at us at newnanutilities.org.